afternoon, Robert Housefield here with Coweta Pawn. I'd like to introduce you to my good friend Larry Tyer. Larry runs the gallery, which is our arts, collectibles, and unique items section of our shop. I'm going to turn it over to Larry and he can tell you all about the unique items, some of them very rare, that he has to offer.
Okay.
Take it away, Larry.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, sir.
It. As Robert said, most pawn shops that I know of does not have what we call the gallery. We have man cave items, antique slot machines, guns, silver, rare furniture. We have she shed items too. We got some really nice girly things over here that you'll get to review in a few minutes. So basically, we're going to just kind of take you on a little tour of the shop. Later in the program, I'm going to actually do a small little sketch on how an antique slot machine works. This is not your Las Vegas today computer slot machine. This is your back in the 1920s where everything was mechanical, and we're just going to give you a point of interest on a couple of items like that. So at this point, we're just going to start kind of panning the room, I think, for a little bit and see what happens next. Okay, starting right here, the background is an antique oriental screen divider. And the front here we have what's called a gold nugget. There's the gold nuggets. Here's the naked ladies holding the gold nugget up. These are one-armed bandits, as they're called. This machine was made back in the 40s and 50s. You put a quarter in, you pull the handle down. If you get two cherries, as it says, you'll get three quarters back. These are all vintage machines. We're just going to show you a few machines to start with. This one is made by Mills. This is a roll-a-top. It's made by Watling, one of the higher-end machines. All works the same, and if you notice, you see in the window the coins. Always there's a window of coins because when these machines were back in the old speakeasies and honky tonks, the bartender would watch to make sure that somebody hadn't put a slug in, and that's why it always shows the coins that go around. And later in the show we're going to talk about, well, I can do that right now. The side here is a wooden cabinet. The con artist realized if they drilled a hole in the wood right here with nobody looking, they could stick a coat hanger wire in and stop the wheels on the places they wanted to. So later on, the slot machine industry realized what was going on, then they put armored plate on the inside of those. It's just one of the interesting things that those were all about. I'll just move down the line here just a little bit. Like I said, we have some girly things, some she shed things. Local artists. Actually, my daughter is the local artist that does some of the seashells here. It recreated things made into something different. This is an interesting item. These are the singing birds. They're made in Germany back basically in the 1800s. It actually moves its beak, moves its tail, moves everything, has a bellows in it where it actually chirps. Beautiful, beautiful pieces that very wealthy people owned back in the day. But today, we can own them. Coming on down, let's just say, here's an interesting little fella. This is a tube that has a tube inside. You run water in here, cold water goes in, steam goes in one, comes out liquid in the other. This actually was a unit that actually distilled perfume. Today it's just has a little night light in it just for fun. Just fun items that you can't find in your regular everyday place of business. Here, more slot machines. We want to be sure we have enough in stock for people to make a good choice on. This one is made by Pace. This one's made by Mills. They all have different names. That's called a treasury, made by Watling. all completely workable, and I am one of the few people in this area that actually can take one apart and put it back together and work on them blindfolded. So let's pan on around to this. Is a floor model slot right here. We'll look at it just for a minute. It's called a 3-play, 5, 10, and 25 cent. One person could play a nickel, or 3 people could play at the same time. It's a very beautiful, beautiful inlaid cabinet. So enough for the slot machines at this point. Let's move to actually the inside of a slot machine next. Okay, this is the inside workings of an antique slot machine. This would be the piece that was at the top where you looked in the window to see the coins. This is a very intelligent piece of equipment. Right here you can see a horseshoe. It's a magnet. So if they put a slug in there, the magnet would kick the coin out to keep them from cheating. Also, this side has a little pin so that when the coin drops in, it actually detects to know that there's a coin where the machine will operate. Once that is detected by that lever right there, you pull the handle. I'm going to use a screwdriver to do it, and the machine actually spins and stops. In this case, the cherry was the first one that came up, and if we'd have got the other cherry up to right there, you'd have gotten 3 coins back for the 1. So all of these are all mechanical. Here's the tube that the coins go in. These are the slides that actually go back and forth and let you win or lose. So we're certainly available at any time that a person wants to come in and have a detailed review of this at absolutely no charge. This is just a quick overview. Here at Coweta Pawn and in the gallery, we buy and sell silver. This is just a simple candlestick holder that, weighs half a pound. And we here at Coweta Pawn and at the gallery try to tell the public the truth about everything. Here is that same piece, and the silver is so paper thin. All of this is filled with concrete. So the real silver value is what's left. And we try to explain things like this to the public that comes in that has a piece of silver that was grandmother's or their families, and we try to explain to them and show them the real value of what they have and let them understand it. That's just one of the things how we here try to help the general public. We also have here, and I'll just, for an example, we do a lot of coins. I think Robert's going to do some coin later on today, but these are like vintage Morgans. Let's see, that one is 1885, practically uncirculated, probably has been hoarded and stuck back for years and years and years. So we do have a lot of vintage coins available for your review as well as for your purchase. That just, for example, is probably about $10,000 worth right there in that one bag, just to give you a clue. Oh, by the way, we do not leave these in the building at night, so don't worry about it if you're a villain that's looking at this. Another thing we do here is we do vintage firearms. Now we also have in the other room AK-47s and various, the new things. But for example, this is a 1871 44 Colt, mint condition, original bone handles. It's called the 6-shooter. That's the one that you'd see in all the cowboy movies. So we have a lot of vintage guns. Just for an example, I'll just dump some of these out here on the table, just to let you know that we do have Here's an interesting one. This is a baby Browning. It was brought back probably after World War II. It's a 25 automatic. The good thing about this is it works perfectly even today, even though it's vintage. Let's say they park you downtown if you're going to the Fox Theater 18 blocks from the... You can put this in the palm of your hand and nobody even knows you're carrying it. So just a real vintage piece, but very usable and very collectible. Vintage furniture that you just saw. We just laid this out on a Canal table, C-U-N-E-I-L-L, Canal table on eBay. It was $1,300, mint condition. We have it here in the shop for $800, just as an example. So this is not your 5 and 10 cent store, this furniture store. This is a J.P. Coates thread. They used to put thread, moves a thread in it. Coates thread is the, you know, if you're ever familiar with people who use that. Now relined for a nice jewelry case for some lady. The same thing here. Just a quick pan on this side over here as he comes around. These are all vintage tin toys. Very popular item for collectors. Coming on around the case right here, your lead soldiers made way back pre-1920s probably. I can't believe they used to let kids actually play with lead, but that's what they did, and probably some of them did today. Just coming on around here, this cabinet, for example, right here, is ivory. I'll just pick up a nice little lady here that can maybe get a little better view of. All of this ivory, by the way, was pre the problem that we have today. All of these pieces were brought back early in the early 1800s, so it's not like we're killing elephants today. Please don't get that in your mind. She's a real nice little piece. It's a $2,000 very collectible signed piece. Gosh, let's see. Just about any gemstone you would need for any replacement, or if you were building a new piece of jewelry. Just on and on. Let's see. Oh, come on over here. These are very collectible pieces of items like made out of jade or various type pieces of stone, all hand carved. The Oriental people were so talented, and they were so talented in their way to be. I just don't know how they could have possibly even carved that out of a piece of tiger eye. That's just a beautiful piece. But like I say, I would have to use a statement of one of my dear friends, Preston Evan, who does this similar type business, and he said, "This is a place where rare is common." I thank you for your time.
Thanks again for tuning in to this portion of the gallery at Coweta Pawn. As you can see, we have a lot of items, and we look forward to seeing you here making a deal on the item for your man cave, she cave, or just as a gift. Also, we will evaluate the item that you have for sale. So bring it in, send us a picture, call us up. Phone number is 678-215-3179. You'll be able to see a lot of these items on our website very shortly at CowetaPawn.com. Check us out. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks again. Have a great day.
Well, there you have it, the gallery at Coweta Pawn off of Bullsboro Drive in Newnan. If you're a passing, or even if you're not passing, it's worth a trip here just to see all of the rare, unique, and eclectic things that they have. It's been an interesting afternoon spending time with these gentlemen and hearing the stories about everything that they collect. Well, that's about it for this episode, but we're going to leave you with a nice photographic collage of some of his most interesting items. Until next time, bye-bye.